Hello everybody, welcome back to my channel. Today we're going to be making two different cards using one stamp set. These are the two cards I'm going to be showing you how I made. So before I get into the video, if you're not already subscribed to my channel, I'd absolutely love it if you'd hit the subscribe button and help my channel grow. And if you do enjoy this video or find it useful, please also remember to hit the thumbs up button. So these two cards are classed as clean and simple cards, and they are so far out of my comfort zone, and that is the reason I don't make a lot of them. But I figured if they're out of my comfort zone, they might be out of somebody else's comfort zone. So what better excuse to film a video to show you how I made these, in case it can help somebody else to create beautiful, clean and simple cards as well. So I think we're going to start with this one here, and for this card we are going to need very few supplies. The first thing we're going to grab is a pre-fold 6x6 card blank, and we're going to place this straight into a stamping platform. The stamp set I'm going to be using today is this one here. It's a really beautiful stamp and it's by Craft Consortium. It's from the collection Circus and it's called Fortune Teller. And I'm going to be using this one here. So let's just grab that out. And I'm just going to position this in the middle of my card. And we'll close the lid. For ink today, I'm going to use my VersaFine Onyx Black ink. So let's get that stamp nice and inky. So the next thing you need to do is to create a mask. So I have used the Sticks to A4 masking sheet. This is a really inexpensive masking sheet, and you can see I've used barely any of it to create my mask, which is here. I've already fussy cut it because I've already used this once. You can see the trees already on there. However, these are usable time and time again, so just when you finish with them, pop them in with the stamp set and then you'll have it for next time. All we need to do then is to peel off the backing. You want to keep that because it's reusable. And we're going to place the mask over the image you've just stamped, and you want to line it up perfectly. When you fussy cut your mask, make sure that you don't leave a border around the edges. You want to get as close to the stamped image as possible, and then when you lay it down over your stamped image, you need to lay it precisely over the top. Now for the next part of this card, I'm going to be bringing in this stamp set here. This is a Daisy May design stamp set. I absolutely love Claire Rowland's designs, and I'm going to be using this tree line here. Now this stamp set came with Creative Stamping magazine and it's called Scenic Springtime. It is an older stamp set now, however a lot of the time you can find these popping up on the D-Stash sites on Facebook or on eBay. So I'm just going to grab this one off and we'll move on. So I can take my roll top caravan off of the stamp platform for now, and I'm going to position the trees just under this edge of the carriage, both sides. So we'll start this side. So it's overlapping ever so slightly on the carriage, and also you can see there's some on the white of the cardstock. And now I'm happy with that position. I'm going to stamp that. Next thing I need to do is clean off my stamp because I'm going to be moving it, and I don't want any ghost stamping if there is any residue from the ink left on the stamp. The card itself isn't moving. And then I'm just going to bring the trees over to this side of the carriage and again position it just under this bottom edge here. You're going to see more of the trees this time because obviously it's kind of reversed now, but I think it adds nicely to the effect. Now I'm happy with that, I'm going to stamp that one out. Now what I can do is clean the stamp off and put that away, and we'll remove the mask. Now we have this beautiful image of the trees in the background and the roll top caravan at the forefront of our card. So I'm going to put my mask back on its backing paper. I'm going to pop that in the stamp set so I've got it for another time. And now all that's left to do is to stamp a sentiment onto the card. I'm actually going to stamp mine in the bottom corner here, and I think I'm going to use this hello from the Apple Blossom Bokeh and Special Sentiment stamps. Again, I've had this for about a year, maybe a little bit longer, but you can sometimes find them on D-Stash sites and eBay. It was originally from Craft Consortium, obviously. Whether they still have it, I'm not sure, but that is the stamp I'm going to use. So I'm just going to position it in the bottom right hand side of the card, and we'll get that stamped out. Just fold the card, and there we go. There's a very beautiful, clean and simple card. Now what you could do on this is to do some spotlight colouring and just add patches of colour. So you could maybe just colour some sections of the caravan, maybe the trees, and just add the odd pop of colour. That would also look really, really nice. But I'm going to leave this one as it is, and we'll move on to the second card. So for the second card, you're going to need another 6x6 pre-folded card blank. You're also going to need 3 different squares of cardstock. So the first one I've done mine blue. You could do any colour you like, but I really like this dark blue. And I've used a die with a stitched border because I think that adds to it. Now this one measures about 5 1/4 square. And that will be going straight onto the card, like so. So I'm going to get that adhered onto the front, and then we'll carry on. Okay, the next square of cardstock I've used is cream. Again, I've used a stitched border die to create this one, and this one measures just over 4.5 inches square. This will end up sitting just in the middle here, but we're going to need to do something with that before we adhere it down, so just keep that to one side. And the next square I have is a white piece of cardstock. Again, I've used the stitched edge nesting die, and this one measures about 4 inches square. So this is the one we're going to work on first. Let's bring back the stamping platform and my stamp, sticking with the roll top caravan. So I'm going to place my square of cardstock in my stamp platform, and I'm going to position this right in the center of that. Just hold that down, and then we'll get that stamped out. So there's my main image. I've left the stamp on the platform and moved it off to one side because I'm going to need that again in a second. But for now, I'm bringing in this die here. Now, you can use any shape you like for this next part, but what you need to do is to be able to fit it on your image and have some left around the outside of the die. So position that wherever you're happiest, and then you need to run that through your die cut machine. So I'll just run that through and then I'll be back. So there we go. I can put my die away because I'm finished with that now, and we're left with a cutout piece and the main image still. Now I'm not going to get rid of this, I'm going to keep this and use it in just a second. So we'll pop it off to the side. And now I'm going to be bringing back my stamp platform and the cream cardstock. So I'm going to first of all take the stamp off because we're going to reposition it, and I'm just going to place this piece of cream cardstock straight onto the platform, and then the main image part for now I'm going to place in the center so that I've got a nice even border all around. Once I'm happy, I'm going to hold that in place with my magnets. Now what I need to do is grab my stamp and perfectly align it with the image underneath. So it's really important that you've cleaned off the stamp really well before you do this to avoid ghost stamping. And once you're happy that you've got it perfectly aligned, you can mount the stamp onto your platform. And now really carefully you can remove your main image from the platform. And now we stamp this image out. So that's all stamped out on the cream cardstock. What we're going to end up doing is putting this piece over the top. Now you might decide that you quite like the look of the cream and the white contrasting. Personally, I'm not happy with that, which is why I saved this piece. So what I'm going to do now is just really quickly match this up on here and glue it into place. If you're happy having a cream base and this over the top, that's fine. You can absolutely skip this part. But as I say, I want the white on there, so I'll just glue that down and I'll be back. While that's drying, we're going to be adding some foam tape onto the back of our main image. So I'm going to be using this one. This is just the really cheap stuff from the pound shop. I really don't like it. I'm trying to use it up. I just find it sticks to my fingers, and I just really don't like it. There, it's already stuck to my fingers. So once this is used up, I'll be using a totally different brand of foam tape, but I'm not throwing it in the bin. I will continue to use it till it's gone. So I'm just going around the edges really quickly. Now, before we pop that on, we should probably pop a little sentiment on here. I only want something really small on this one, so I've grabbed the Take It Easy from the Daisy May stamp set, and I'm just going to stamp that on there. There we go. So now all we need to do is to take the backing off of our tape. And now really carefully we have to align this top image with the one underneath, make sure they're aligned perfectly, and then pop them into place. We bring back our card base, and all we now need to do is to adhere the cream one onto the blue. Now all that's left to do is to fold and burnish the card base. And there you have it. There is the second clean and simple card. Totally different look to the first one, but I think it looks fab. And there you have all 4 finished cards together. I think they look absolutely fabulous. Let me know what you think in the comments below. They were so quick and simple to do. I'm really chuffed with how quick you can actually get these put together. Let me know in the comments below if you're going to give these a go, and don't forget to let me know what you think of these. If you haven't got the Craft Consortium stamp, you can use any stamp you do have, large or small, it doesn't matter. As you've seen, it's really easy to build your scene up. Thank you so much for watching today. I really hoped you enjoyed the video. If you did, please give it a thumbs up, and don't forget to subscribe to my channel and help it grow. I will be back soon with more videos, so until next time, take care and I'll see you soon. Bye for now.